Hey everybody, Shoebox Legends here. Thanks for joining me today for something a little different here on the channel. We're going to get into some Star Wars cards today. This was probably my favorite movie franchise growing up as a kid. And when it comes to non-sport cards, it's really the main thing that I get into is Star Wars stuff. And I've gone, kind of dipped in and out of it over the years. Sometimes I lose interest, regain interest. And for whatever reason, I've held on to everything I've picked up. And in recent months, I've really been more interested in Star Wars cards and have been picking up some cards towards various sets that interest me. So I try to be a little more selective when it comes to Star Wars. I'm all over the map with, baseball, hockey, and even soccer. Really try to keep some focus in the realm of non-sports. And the first one that we're going to start with, so, I've only targeted, to my point, really 3 sets in particular, at least as far as what we're going to look at tonight. And the first is one that I got some packs of from my buddy CW over at Card Wolf. And it is these 2010 Top Star Wars Wide Vision cards. And here's a look at one of them. These are like 3D lenticular cards, like think of Kellogg's baseball cards of the 70s and 80s, but they are wide vision. So they're like roughly, they're horizontal cards, but they're roughly the size of maybe a tall boy, like vintage football, hockey, or basketball card. If you think of that, I'll just bring up a standard sized card here for comparison. Here's a Wayne Gretzky card. So you can see, it's about the same width as a standard card, but probably, 50% longer. And then, being wide vision, they're turned on their side. But I'm a sucker, as I've talked about many, many times, for anything that is, 3D lenticular type card design. So really, really dig these. They basically tell the story or follow the plot line of the Empire Strikes Back film. And in the couple packs that I got from CW, I had, maybe a handful of cards. So I went on ComC. It's only like a 48 card set. I think you only get a couple cards per pack, and found a whole bunch of singles that were available on ComC for $1.25 each. It was the same seller. I basically just put together a giant order, made an offer, and then ended up getting these because I bundled so many together and made one offer, that basically included all of them. I think I paid actually closer to $1 even for these cards. And I'm going to just flip through them really quickly. I don't want to talk about every one, and we have 4 sets to get to today, but these are just really cool. And then, on top of that, ComC, I don't know what their strategy was in packaging these. Here's a really cool one. Vader and Boba Fett, like that's just an awesome card. But apparently, I don't know if this is just the way they felt it was safest to ship them or what, but every one of them came in one of these oversized tall boy top loaders. So, I think I got like maybe 20 to 25 cards here for about $20. And, honestly, to get 20 to 25 top loaders for that price isn't even awful. I mean, 20 oversized top load is probably $5 to $10 on their own. So just really cool. It's nice of ComC to package these in that manner. So yeah, just awesome. That's the first of the 4 sets. There's another nice Vader one that we're going to look at today. Another Vader with some stormtroopers in the background, some Imperial ships. Just really cool subject matter. Bounty Hunter. And a couple more to go here. There's Han Solo about to be frozen in carbonite toward the end of the film. Just really, really cool. So yeah, I'd recommend, if you're into Star Wars and you like 3D cards, this is my favorite of the entire batch. Obviously, the epic scene from Empire Strikes Back and the big reveal for that movie franchise. So just love that card. Really, really happy that I was able to get that one among the lot of these. So yeah, as I was saying, if you're a fan of 3D cards, or you enjoy like the Kellogg's baseball cards from the 70s and 80s, and you're a fan of the Star Wars franchise, you could definitely do a lot worse than picking up some of those 2010 Empire Strikes Back Wide Vision 3D. So along, with those put alongside the cards that I got from CW and the packs that he sent, I think I'm just a small handful of cards away from completing that 48 card set. And in the back here, this is a COMC receipt. Let me take this out because it looks like that's part of the design of the card, but it's just a standard card. They do have rounded edges as well, so I don't really think condition is a concern with these. I doubt any of them are worn at all, unless you scratched maybe the surface, but other than that, those are awesome buys. So that's the first set I wanted to talk about of 3. The second one is a set that I've shown a few times. I think I've probably picked a couple of these out of the cheese box back here during COMC rummages, but it's the 2020 Topps On Demand 3D release. So, obviously sticking with the lenticular 3D theme, just like the wide vision cards, these are standard size trading cards. They are not scene cards that picture scenes from the films like all those that we just looked at. They are character cards only. These were released online in little boxes that included just 8 cards for, I think, about $25 to $30 retail. And it's a 100 card set, no parallels or autos or anything, just a basic 100 card set. And they do really surprisingly well. I think the print run on these is acknowledged to be 720 copies of each card. So snagged a bunch of these and on COMC, basically was perusing around just looking for any that I don't have in my set that were like $1.50 or $2 or less. You figure 8 card pack for $30. These were, $3 to $4 cards right out of the gate. So if I can find one for, $1.50 or $2 that I need, I'll go ahead and grab it. I am building the set in a non-sport Z folio that I have going of Star Wars cards. There's Greedo, cool one there. I don't have as many of these to show. I probably had 5 or 10 of them in my latest COMC order. There's a droid on this one. So again, just, it should be obvious here, but I'm a sucker for anything that is like lenticular 3D. Just love that effect. Takes me right back to childhood. Cool card there. It could be a little dizzying looking at these on camera, so apologies. Almost through. I promise the third and final set is just standard 2-dimensional. And then 2 more here. I'll just show these at the same time. We have Ty Pilot and Tobias Beckett, played by Woody Harrelson. So nothing too exciting. Those aren't major characters or anything, but just, low-hanging fruit towards a set build. And then the third and final one that I want to get into is a set that I'm really excited about. I didn't really hear anything about this. I kind of snoozed on it. Came out, I think, a year ago now or more. But it was seems like it was sort of a big deal to Star Wars collectors, and that is 2021, they put out a Galaxy Chrome set. So the Galaxy sets are hand-drawn art or hand-painted art, as opposed to photographs like the first 2 sets that we looked at. They go all the way back to the 90s, but I think, and somebody with more Star Wars knowledge than me can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the 2021 release is the first time that they did these in chrome. And so they have that, obviously, that chromium finish, and they seem to be pretty popular. So I found a seller, I think it's a 100 card set, if I'm not mistaken, and I found a seller on Sport Lots, which as of about a month ago now, does have Star Wars cards listed. So there's a tip for those of you that are Star Wars collectors. Found one seller on there. There's still not a ton of Star Wars stuff up yet, but one guy had a ton of base cards from the Galaxy Chrome for like 52 cents each. So I got a ton of these just to check out the artwork. Kylo Ren, Tusken Raiders. Here's a nice one. I mean, just different artists, different takes on Star Wars cards, or Star Wars films, I should say, and characters. It's pretty cool to see the interpretations that exist in the set. There's some that are kind of like movie posters, like this, Rebuild the Death Star together. A Resistance card there. Great Princess Leia artwork. There's a cool Yoda teaching the younglings. Battle on Hoth. So really cool. These are just base cards. There are refractors for these, and then there are numbered cards that are like wave refractors, atomic, etc. But I really just wanted to get a mix of base. This is one that I really like a lot. Luke Skywalker card from the scene in Empire Strikes Back, where he's kind of confronting Vader and walking around. Just really great art. This particular artist, his name is escaping me at the moment, Jerry Vanderstelt, but I really, really enjoy his work. I think he has maybe 4 cards on the checklist, and from what I've seen, really a fan of all 4 or 5 of them. There's a Han Solo with the Ewoks. Love the Ewoks growing up. Cool one here. There's I mean, these are just nice. But these were 50 cents a piece. So this entire stack of base cards that I'm showing you here cost less than a retail blaster. It was about $18, I think, and change or something like that. There's a Boba Fett, Imperial Guard. There's the Carbonite card, and then we'll finish off with this one, Padme and Anakin. So just really cool. Nothing like super valuable there, but I may keep some of those where I enjoy the artwork and trade others or send them out to buddies or who knows. For that price, I was just happy to bring those home and kind of get a look at the set in hand. And then what I decided is some of the cards that are my favorite artwork from that release, I might try to find some parallels if the price is right. And so far I've ended up with just one. It's a graded card, but they made atomic refractors for the set. So if you've stopped by here with any frequency, you know I'm a huge fan of atomic or cracked ice. And I was able to get one in a PSA 9 of maybe my favorite image from the entire set. Just love this Empire and Rebellion card. So you can see the atomic effect going on in the upper portion of the card there. And then, I mean, you've got all of the important characters from across the first 2 trilogies here. Luke and Leia, front and center. Han Solo there. You've got the droids in the lower left. Padme, Obi-Wan, of course, Vader, some stormtroopers there. You know, it's just really great card. I love the exploding Death Star right in the middle of the image. I think this is laid out so well, and it just kind of reminds me of like a movie poster type art. Really, really dig it. And combined with my love for, you know, anything atomic, like I'm just a total sucker for that. Was able to work out a deal with the seller of this card to get it for well under $100, which I think was a pretty good price considering it is serial numbered as well, out of 150. And I think this set, you know, being the first Galaxy Chrome set, has maybe a lot of potential runway in the future, and just happy that I was able to lock up that card now. And who knows, you know, maybe these will drop in price, and if so, I'll be able to get a few others. But if they go, you know, continue to rise, which I think they have been over the last year, just happy to at least have that one. And it's a nice addition to not only my Star Wars collection, but kind of my Darth Vader collection, and even my just overall collection of atomic or cracked ice cards. So that is a wrap for today. I've subjected you to 13 minutes of Star Wars talk. I hope you stuck with me, and if you didn't, I could certainly forgive you. But just wanted to do something a little different today, and that's a wrap. So thanks for stopping by, and I'll be back in the very near future with some more content, sports cards and otherwise. Till then, take care.